So, two things today. One is a magic wand, the other is ashes. So, first, the magic wand question. If you had a magic wand and you could use it one time to change anything at all, you could change anything because it's a magic wand, what's one thing you would change? Yeah. Have another magic wand, all right? I would change that everyone could fly. That would be cool. I've always wanted to fly. I think that'd be awesome. Yeah. To change bad choices into good choices. Yeah, what would you change? You can change anything at all. You'd make animals talk. Wow, that could be dangerous. Okay, yes. Get rid of COVID. Thank you very much. That'd be awesome. End world hunger. Cool. Yeah, Blythe. World peace. Nice. What would you change? Anything at all? I wouldn't change anything because all I need is God. All right, awesome. One more. You can change anything at all. What would you change? Brains? You get more brains? Okay, that would be fun too. Yeah, I'd like to have a bigger brain. That'd be kind of cool. You know what? If I had a magic wand, I think the thing that I would most want to change is me, because that's the thing that I struggle with changing the most. There's a lot of things out there that I could probably change too. It's okay, we'll put our hands down for now. But probably the thing I most need to change is me. And that's really what the scriptures are talking about today, is that of all the things in the world that we could imagine changing, the most dramatic thing to change is when we try to change ourselves. And of course, changing ourselves is not easy. It takes a lot of effort. And one of the things about Lent is it invites us to open ourselves up to change. But there's a danger, because sometimes we take on Lent and we think, you know what, I'm really gonna watch what I eat, I'm gonna lose some weight this Lent. You know, that's awesome, that's a beautiful thing, but Lent is not a diet plan. That's not the point. The other thing, sometimes we take on a really challenging discipline and we think, you know what, I'm really gonna work hard and I'm gonna change myself and I'm gonna make myself a better human being. And that's a great goal, not a bad thing at all. But Lent is also not about perfecting ourselves. In fact, and this is gonna sound bad, I hope you fail. I know, it sounds terrible, right? But I hope whatever you choose to do for Lent, you fail at least once, because Lent is not about perfecting ourselves. Lent is about opening ourselves up to the grace of God, opening ourselves up to recognize, one, how weak we are. You know, just trying to fast today, I could probably go a bunch of days without eating because I'm busy, and I won't even think about it. But today, I'm gonna think about it all day long. When we try to change, when we think about change, we usually become aware of how difficult change is. And that's okay, because change is one of the things we do with God. God wants to be a part of this journey with us. He wants to be the one who helps us with the changes we want to make. He wants to be the one who gives us the strength, the grace to make the changes in our lives that we need to make. And the way he does that is by helping us to empty ourselves out. And that's the other part of Lent, is we empty ourselves out so that God fills us up. You know, I know that my love is not enough. I fail in love all the time. There's days where I just don't have enough love and I should be more loving, but I fail. And so God wants to fill me with his love, because my love is too weak. It's just not strong enough to do what needs to be done. But God's love is strong enough. And you know what? There's days where my forgiveness is really lousy. There's days when I am not forgiving enough. But God's forgiveness is eternal. God's forgiveness can absolutely fill us up with mercy. And so what we want to do during this Lenten journey is allow ourselves to be kind of empty, to empty out all of the stuff that we continually get wrong, so that God fills us up with his love, with his mercy. And the other part of that is ashes. We put ashes on our forehead today, And it's kind of a strange thing. You know, a lot more people have adopted it now and kind of like the idea of putting ashes on their foreheads, but it seems strange at first to think about that. We're putting dirt on our faces today. That sounds strange when you say it that way, right? But we put dirt on our faces to remind us that eventually we go back to dirt. We were created by God, we have this life, but eventually this life comes to an end. And so we put dirt on our foreheads to remind us that we have been given a period of time. We have been given the gift of this life. And God is inviting us to use it generously, to be people of faith, to be people of courage, to be people who are willing to let their lives mean something, to mean something for the world, not just for myself, but to live my life in a way that really brings change to the world. And so even though having a magic wand sounds kind of cool, we've got something way better than a magic wand. We have the gift of faith. And the gift of faith allows us to imagine a world at peace, a world without hunger, a world that doesn't cry. That would be amazing. But it begins today with us, where we commit ourselves to opening up to the change that God wants to bring about in us.